Hi, everybody. It's Eileen Hall here. I'm so happy that you're joining me. Sorry I missed a day last week. It was Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a great holiday. Let's see who's here. Oh, Tinkbell is excited. You can't wait to see it. It's really cool. We are going to have so much fun. It's so easy. I'm sure you have the stuff in your house. Hi, Teresita. Hey, Charlotta. Raylene, good to see you. All right. Yeah, I had a really nice Thanksgiving, even though I had to cook and clean. Hey, Laura. So this past weekend, okay, so Thanksgiving was Thursday. Then I was kind of helping my friend whose son he got married last weekend. They had the reception this weekend at their house. So she was cooking, and she's amazing. She's like Martha Stewart. Sorry, pay no attention to this background mess. I have 5 million projects going at one time and have not cleaned anything up. Hey, Linda. So today, though, we are going to make these little beads. I thought we would take a break from the houses, but I did want to show you how far I had gotten, and I did do a couple more things on our little holiday villages, so that's fun. But I thought I just want to get this out here. On Thursday, I will not what mess. Charlotta, I love you. This Thursday, I'm going to be at my niece's baby shower up in Maine, so I won't be able to do a live on Thursday. So, the way the timing is kind of a weird night to have a shower. But anyway, my daughter, Pam, oh yeah. Okay, Tig Bell. Yeah, actually upstairs is pretty clean for once, but I had to clean off my dining room table, which is where I do my Etsy stuff. So, all right, well, this is just a lot of stuff. I did find some good little antique things, so I'll show you those in a minute. Because we went to, so on Saturday, we went to the wedding reception, and after it, we went up to the cabin because I had a chair in my car. I didn't want to drive it all the way to Maine. Turns out I have another chair because we took one out and put one in. But hey, Sheena, how are you? Hey, Brenda. So then we went. Pennsylvania has a lot of good antique places. And so we went to one place that had 3 buildings and kind of not great, kind of junky stuff, but in the junk, you can always find good stuff. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. So I did get some really fun little things, not much, but hey, Chris. Yes, we have been well. Hope you are too. Hey, Karen. So anyway, I have a couple of those to show you, and I did want to announce the winners. I'm going to wait until we have a couple more people on and announce them, because last time I announced Laura, but I couldn't remember who the other people were. Then I wrote it somewhere and couldn't find where I wrote it. So anyway, I did find it, so I want to announce that. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. So what else? Yeah, today we are making paper beads that look like this. These are dry, but that's my little improvised drying station. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to finish them off. And one way you're not going to need to let them dry. So just so you know, if you want to do it the fast way, you can do it that way, depending on what you have and how impatient you are to have your paper beads. Okay, so these are really fun. Of course, you can use regular paper. You can use scrapbook paper, you can you know, whatever you want. But this I thought was kind of cool because everybody has scraps of wrapping paper at the holidays or anytime. You don't have to be limited to Christmas. You know, these could be for any time. They're really fun. I think the kids would have a great time with them. So anyway, I also have a package from Margaret at Scrappin' in the City. So I want to open that up. So let me just show you the houses so far. All right, they're not too bad. I did a little bit more work. I think you guys have already seen these. These are the ones that we made, the house ornament die. And this is like how it came out. I didn't have to do much to this. These are the little baby ones that were kind of improvised that are kind of cute. And we have little trees that go with them. So these are going to go up there. And I decided I don't have a theme. I'm just going to make what I want. What about craft paper? That would be really cute, Tink Bell. And I do have one that is kind of, I think I do have one. It's a craft paper with like a white design on it, and they came out cute. That, and then I did find a little embellishment over at Michael's that I thought would be a cute size for this. I haven't embellished them yet. I'm really trying to get them constructed, and then I'm going to embellish. So this is one. I didn't put a roof on it yet. This is what we did last time. It's the glitter. Let me put the light on here. And I have a couple glitter ones because these are our putz houses. Now, what happened to my controller for the light? Oh my God. I have so many stupid cords here. I cannot find my light cord. It's like a rat's maze back here. Well, anyway, what the heck? Did I unplug it? Anyway. All right, well, I guess we don't have... Yeah, that one came out cool. This one is the one that we made. We used the notebook die. This is a big one. So I found that this... Where did it go? I had a label, and it's going to fit perfectly for... I chopped off the bottom, and I'm going to use that for a door frame that is... You know, this is the one that came on the handmade journal, but look at how cute that is for a door. And I found a die that has window frames. It's the old house pocket die. If you have that one, it's a good one. And then this one, I think I really like the size of this one, and I like the roof. I did have to do some patching in here, so I'm just going to add some rickrack or something. But it's very sparkly and cute, and I still have to do the doors and windows and stuff on here. But kind of saving that for a rainy day or for maybe for next week. So that's that. Okay, so let's open our stuff. I'm going to turn the camera down. Hang on. Okay. And hope it stays. All right, this is crazy. I can't find the light. Anyway, hang on. I really need to see. I went to the eye doctor today. I found it. And he says, I'm, doing good, but it still is not great. I don't know. It's very fuzzy. Yeah, the glitter makes me happy too. I like that one. Okay. All right, here we go. So here are our little beads that we're going to make in a minute, but let's open this stuff. So this is Happy Mail. That's fun. From Margaret. Margaret is our friend that comes on once a month and does videos with me, and we just arranged we'll be on the 18th. I also have Madeline, hopefully, who will be coming on and doing a tour. And guys, if you have not seen her beautiful house, you will want to see that one. She did a tour before. I know, Chris, aren't they cute? Oh, isn't that nice? Look at that. Remember how she did the the project. These are cool. Oh, these are nice and sturdy. And they're bigger than I thought. They have these at Scrappin' in the City if you guys want them. She used it for her last video that we did together, and they're really cute. So here's the name of it, Scrappin' in the City. It's in Knoxville, Tennessee, if you need them. Okay? I can't wait to play with them. That really was a cute project. Okay, so let me just show you some of the stuff I got. Exciting. I always collect the button cards. So here, it's just 2, but I like the packaging of them because they're just pretty. Look at that. Fashionable buttons. Fashionable. Those are pretty buttons. They're like kind of fluted. Isn't that cool? I like them. And it's hard to find ones that have full packs. See, that one doesn't because somebody used it and then they got rid of it. This was the other thing that I found, and I kind of had to do a little surgery on the box. It was held together with this tape, which just came off. So these, I had never played anagrams. I don't know if you guys ever did, but look at these cool tiles. Aren't they pretty? So I spelled out Merry Christmas, and I was going to use that for a title on my YouTube page. I better get it up there soon. I also started a video of all of your comfort and joy projects, and I just have to finish it because there were a lot. And thank you to all who shared it. So this was, I think, $3 for all of these little tiles, and they're different, you know. I really like them. Lots of letters. They're kind of vintagey. This was my other favorite. Look at this, guys. These are like the most ugly ones. I was going to get rid of them. But then I thought, I don't know. But they have all of these really pretty earrings that are like screw-on or clip-on. And these are just really unusual. Look at that little, and you know, if you put that on a journal page, you know, you could use that for a little bookmark, or you could just cut that off and use this jewel, or you could kind of close this loop here and make it so that you could hang it. And anyway, you know, all kinds of bling. That one was kind of cool. Look at how that's all rusted. And a lot of them are just one of a kind. But some are pairs, not that I would wear them, but, you know, look at just that cute little diamondy. So anyway, I went through that the other night. I had a great old time. I think I paid $10 for this whole jar, and it is a lot of earrings. So I was very excited by that. The other one is kind of big, and let me see if I can show you. But this is I thought it would be great for like all my ATCs, either going this way or bigger pieces of ephemera that could go that way. And it is a cigar display. So it's slanted. So the back of the thing, you can, you know, the whole thing kind of shifts backwards so you can see. I really like this. So that was exciting. All right. So let's get going on this. I don't think I have any more announcements. Oh, the winners. Let me just tell you the winners, okay? I said Laura Zablewski last time. We also have Amanda Smith, who shared a ton of samples, and Erica Vaglica. So this, I will put the names up in the fan club because I have Amanda's address, but I don't think I have Erica's. So Laura, I have yours, and they're all packed and ready to go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The wear on the letters. Yes. The bling. I love it. I can't wait to play with that. All right. So let's just go over basically, you're going to be, when you see how easy this is, you're just going to laugh. So this is what I started with, just a roll of wrapping paper. And I would say it doesn't really matter the quality of it. The only thing that I do like about it is I like the ones that have the grid on the back just because it makes it easier for you to see what you're cutting. Yes, Laura. Okay, woo-hoo again. Yeah, sorry I didn't. I thought, let me ship them out all at one time. So this is one. It's kind of like a birch bark. I hadn't done that one before, so that's one. And here's another one I haven't tried yet. This is another nice one because it's got the grid. And then I kind of got spoiled with the grid, and I thought, I'm going to do all the ones with the grid. I could just take my ruler and tear it. I kind of like clean edges on these, though. Here's some others that I have. So any kind of scraps that you have. I like the plaid, how that came out. So let me show you what some of them look like. This is this one. So this is kind of random. You never know what you're going to get. Some are shiny, some are not. Now, I had to put different coats of stuff on, so that was kind of an experiment. This, I'm not sure which this one is. Where's my plaid? This is the plaid right here. That came out cute. Now, you can make them. Oh, here's that craft. That's this one. That's how this came out. This was interesting because these are spread out pretty much, and all you really see is the last, like, not even inch of it, maybe half an inch. So this one looks like just about the right size, though. It's easy to make them a little bit too thick. So let's just go over what you need. You got the wrapping paper, and you can use scrapbook paper. I wouldn't use something really thick because it's hard to bend it. But aside from that, use anything. And you're going to need some eyelets. Now, you could use the real little ones, but they're harder to work. I don't know what the measurement is on this. Let me see if I have. Where is my multi-purpose ruler? Right here. All right. So this is, wow, maybe like 3 millimeters. Maybe 5 millimeters, 4 or 5 millimeters, and that is about 3/8 of an inch. So they're pretty small, but there are some that are even smaller. But then you'd have to coil the wrapping paper to, fit down that small, and then it's going to be harder to get your string through. And anyway, this is a good manageable size. This was a Golden Book page that I did. This, I think, was scrapbook paper, and it came out fine. But I would use text weight if you can. The lighter it is, the easier to bend it is. So you can see how wrapping paper would be just right. Now, this one had the base of it come out. So you're supposed to glue these. So I'll show you the right way. That one's been on there for a while. It might be that the glue kind of ran down. But this is how it goes together. All right. So you can make them nice and wide, or, medium, small, whatever kind of strips you have left over or you want to cut. That polka dot one is kind of cool. That one is really pretty and nice and shiny too. And then a couple more of the plaids. Now I'll show you my little apparatus here. It's just a piece of millimeters. Oh, thanks, Charlotta. So one of these days I'll get that. Now these are 2 different kinds of toothpicks, but I just had a thick piece of foam. You could use any foam, and just stick them in there. And then when you're done rolling them and gluing them, you can let them dry. And also we're going to add some either triple thick, or I'm going to try another method using embossing powder and embossing ink. So we'll try that too. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Okay. Hey, Linda Cooper. Oh, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry about your mother-in-law. Oh, Linda, that's sad at this time of year. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Okay. All right, let's do this here. I want to try that wood one because I don't really get to do that. I'm gonna do one and just take it right from the basic stuff. Or here, let's do this one. This one is kind of thin. So if it's thin, then you might want to do one a little longer. You guys see okay? All right, so this is an inch. Every block is an inch. So let's just do 1 inch here. Where are my long paper scissors? Everything is hiding on me today. All right, well, we'll use these. So I'm just going to go along the line and keep it straight. But you could just use your blade and, lay that down on the cutting mat if that's what you'd rather do. I cut them a little longer when I'm not sure because it's easier to trim it down or just rip some off than, be too short and not wide enough. Okay. So now we have our piece of wrapping paper. And the next thing that you need is a knitting needle. That's what I use. It is, but she had a good life and stayed in her home till the last 3 weeks. She was 90. Oh, wow. Wowee. Yeah, my mom is 91. But she is not in her own home. She is in my sister's. But okay, so this one is a little different because it's pink, but it kind of, I don't know. Let's see. It might wind up, actually, let's do it so it winds up that it's the red and green because that'll blend it in with the rest of them. Okay, so this might be a little long, but I'll tell you how you know it's too long. Okay, so I'm just going to start it here. Now, if you want, you can, like how you do the wrapping paper, you can kind of prime it a little bit and get it rolling here. I did at one point take my glue and just do a little bit down here, and that keeps it together once it gets going. But if you stick it on the knitting needle, which it looks like it is right now, then it's too hard to get it off. So that's going to be a waste of time. It also gets your knitting needle all sticky, but let's just try it. You can see all of the pitfalls and not have to do them as usual. All right, so I'm just rolling this, and I'm kind of trying to keep it even here so that the sides are together, but I'm not worried too much. All right, now I've got to kind of pull that along. You don't want to squish them. So now I'm going to tap that down. I'm going to hold it at the bottom and just kind of pull that together so it's all tight. This might be a little bit big, but you have to see. So, whoops. Now I'm just going to add a little glue here to the end and wrap that around. After a while, you get an eye for how long you want it to be, because you want your eyelet to fit. All right, that's not too bad. That's actually perfect. So the next thing you're going to do is take some glue and just squeeze that in here inside. Is Glum here? I didn't see her. And then you're just going to stick your eyelet in there and let it cure. And that's it, guys. That makes a little bead. And just kind of brush the glue off. Now, let's do a couple, and then we'll do the second part of it. I just put it there because, I know where it is. I do have a couple. Oh, here's one that I did. Now see that one? That is kind of thick. See how this paper is sticking out around it? If we wanted to save it, I didn't glue it in. I could take my paper. I did glue that, but I'm going to remove some of this paper. This is thick wrapping paper, so that's why that happened. Well, maybe I can't take this one apart. All right, I'm just going to peel off maybe that much. And you can kind of test it. Oh. But like I said, after a while, you could use glue stick. I'm just not sure how permanent that would be. And you do want them to stick. Actually, after we, seal this, it will be sealed, double sealed by the glue. So not really a big deal. And then you can kind of wipe the glue in that direction. So this is nice because you can't see the difference in the pattern. It just kind of fades in and out. So let's see how that one looks. That's still a little wide. It could be that when I had it on the knitting needle, the pressure was not great. It was a little loose, but that doesn't bother me that much. I mean, I still know it's a bead, and I'm going to just finish this one up. A little variation. It's handmade. What do they want? Oh, now you don't want it sinking down into that and losing it, but this should be able to stay right on that. That'll catch. Now, sometimes if your knitting needle, that was actually one of the hardest parts of it. Yeah, it is so easy. But see, now I've got some glue residue here, and that's kind of a pain because that's going to stick when I go to do another one. I forget what I was just saying about this. Oh, if your knitting needle is a little bit loose, or if your paper is wound a little too tightly, I actually took a hammer, because you may not have one that's just exactly the right width. Now this is that's an 8. I don't know what this is. It doesn't have, I don't see a thing on it that says how thick. They look very close, but you can see this one is a little smaller. So the circle is just a little bit tight. So what I did was I just took it and I kind of hammered that in there, and it did it. But I would recommend that you find one that's just the right, length or width. There's another one. See, that one looks close too, but I think that was a little small. So I would just, once you get it, then you have the formula. All right, so we have that one. So let's put that up there. I feel like I did a couple and I didn't finish them yet. Some I did 1 coat, some I did 2 coats. All right, let's do, here's some that are already cut. Let's do one of these. These are pretty. That's ready to go, I would say. So let's just do this one and see what happens. All right, so you could sit here at night and just do a whole bunch of these. I think they would be pretty on like a journal. For a while, I was laying them on the table and rolling them like that, and that was pretty good. I think that is a little loose, but that's okay. After a while, you get in a rhythm, but I was trying a lot of different things. Now, see, I just let that go, but okay. It is really easy. You haven't seen Glum? Okay. All right, that's pretty, the green and white. So that looks perfect. Let's glue it and see. I don't have enough hands to you know, test it and then glue. So I just go ahead and glue it in the hopes that it's going to work. And let's see. I think it's good. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Okay. Your mom showed you how they did paper beads when she was young. They made them more narrow. Yes. That was another cool. I watched a lot of videos on how to do it, and it's another way where you make like a triangular strip. So yeah, it gets wider. You know, the bead has a shape to it instead of just the roll like this one. And those look cool too. I think it'd be fun to kind of intersperse them. So yeah, this makes me want to make more. I think the kids would love making these, you know. Well, a couple minutes of doing it. They're a little painstaking. Nora would be fine. She's 9. She would love it. Let's do that one. That's a little wide, but that should work. And then we'll finish, you know, finish them off. Hey, Janelle, how are you? Yes, they would be cute. Do you have any, Charlotta? That would be fun to find some, because I mean, I think they would last, right? Why wouldn't they? This is really the critical part, because you want to get it nice and tight, and then the rolling is not too bad, because you can kind of, you know, hold on to it as you go once you have it right. If it goes off track a little, see how mine is doing that? That's okay. I'll show you how. Don't let go of the tightness of it. So all you have to do is kind of tap it down and then pull a little bit. Yeah, that one's a little loose, but that's okay. Might be okay. If not, I mean, it's a scrap of paper. That's what I like about it too. Big deal. It's a scrap. All right, let's see how this fits. Might be a little wide. That's not bad. All right, very good. I'm on a roll today. I went to the eye doctor at 9:30, and I went to get a prescription at the Army clinic where they have the, you know, I mean, it's nice because you don't have to pay, because we have TRICARE, which is the military insurance, and I am going to Maine, so I had to get them. I went the other day. They're revamping their whole computer system. It took me 2 hours, but I had to sit there. It was torture. Anyway, poor me. Okay, so there we go. That's another good one. All right. Yes, that is a knitting needle, Janelle. That is what I'm wrapping it around. Now you could use, at first when I started, you could use like something like a paintbrush. The only thing is these kind of taper, and you really do need a even cylinder shape there. But I also took a, oh, your mom might have them. Yeah. A dowel. Let's try. I think this was a little small. So I wound up, I was too frustrated because I did it and then I tried to let a little bit out so the eyelet would fit on there, and I messed up, you know, a lot of them. It's just really good if you can find the right one to start with. And I'm trying to figure out how, you know, it doesn't go all the way in, you know, but it goes pretty far. It should not go through it, because then you know that's too skinny. Okay. All right. Well, let's finish some of these. And I think I have some more that need, see, now I don't know if you can tell, they're shiny, but they're not like coated. I want to try the embossing powder thing, because I think that'll give a really nice finish on it. That one I don't think is any. All right, let's move this stuff out of the way. And let's try this embossing powder method. All right. I have some ultra thick embossing powder. I'm just going to pour that in there. And now the other stuff that I have painted it with is this triple thick Brilliant Brush On Gloss Glaze. And that's good, but it does take a while to dry and you need more than one coat if you want it to really be kind of caked on there. It does work though. Oh, hey, Glum, there she is. I don't see you, but I see people saying hi, Glum. Okay. All right, now let me see what I would, let me try using this and let's see if we can roll it in there. Yeah, that should work. All right, so yeah, this is metal. This is good. Okay, so I'm just going to take my embossing powder. This is the embossing ink, and this is new, so I know that it's got a good, and you can probably see that. All right, and let's just roll that around in there. Make sure we get both ends. See, it's not going. It's not reaching the end there. Let me just sprinkle that. Yeah. And I'm going to really kind of lay that on there. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this because it doesn't have to take the time to dry. All right, let me move this out of here. This might be a little bit loud. I'm going to let it warm up for a minute. Can you hear that? Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I do like, let's see what happens here. Can I see that? I have it. It's, oh, there, yeah, it's starting to go. Ooh, this is going to be glossy. Let me take it up a notch. Hang on. I don't want to like fry my desk. This is really a heavy high power heat gun. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's much better. Look at that, guys. That took no time. See how that's kind of, it's nice and glossy. I think I missed a spot there. But yeah, this is good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. I'm just going to wait and get a whole bunch of them. Let's just do one the other way. And then, you know, this is going to be hot. So I just kind of transfer it on there and let it dry for a minute. Now I'll show you the other way, but I think this is not going to be my favorite. I want to do the embossing, but it does work. So this, let's see. Oh, I guess I got a scrap of paper here. Let's go like this so you can see. I would put this in like a little dish or something. This came off, but I could not believe this. I got this stuff. I think somebody gave it to me. And this cap, it fell off, but it still worked. Oh, I took the cap off already. This thing came off, but it works great. So I'm just squeezing a little bit out. It is really thick, but look at how easy that is to. So then, you know, you just take it on a paintbrush, and I did get, I put this like on there and then just painted that. And it kind of domes, but you need a good bit of this stuff. And it's a little messy, but kind of fun. It's good to know a couple ways because you may not always have the supplies at hand and gotta improvise. I bet if you had to, you could use Mod Podge. See how it's kind of, do you see that? How it's like self-leveling kind of? All right. No, it doesn't want to come off. That's the thing. If you get one that's a little big, come on. I could just let this dry on the stick. It will correct itself, but yeah, get it. It is a little messy, but let's just do this because there's some left and it's little. Oh, look at that. It even sticks to it. Aren't they fun though? All you need, a little bit of paper, a little bit of glue, a couple eyelets. They are hard to find though these days, eyelets. And one more. Now, I don't know if that one has a coat on it already. Some of the wrapping paper is a little glossy to start with, so who knows? And that one I haven't done. Let's do another embossing one. I just think they're fun. Okay. All right, let me get my stick. All right, I think that is a good system. Don't you guys think? I saw it on a video, Janelle. It is not my idea. Actually, a couple videos. But it is nice. But, you know, the other thing you could do is you could put like a little, what do you call it? A head pin that you make into a loop at the bottom, and you could add more beads to it. I have a couple little samples, and I do want to add this as a charm, or add something as a charm. All right, let's just do. Now, I wouldn't do them singly. I would get them all lined up, maybe on this little gadget, and then just, you know, heat them all at one time. All right, let me get this going back here. If you don't have a knitting needle, a straw might work. They are kind of thick. You did it. Oh, good. You just need the little metal things. Okay, try Craft Store. Oh, look at that one go. Yeah, that's warmed up now. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Look at how fast that was. Yeah, you could do a whole bunch of these at one time. And look at how that kind of, it goes over onto the edge. I love it. Okay, that's probably going to be a little hot. The metal of the knitting needle will be. But the nice thing is, if you did that with a plastic knitting needle, it might melt it. That would not be good. So always be careful when you're, that it's not even, you know, that one's fine. Wow, that was quick. And if you did take it off too soon, you know, just, and you got fingerprints or something, you could just hit that again with the heat gun and it'd be fine. Okay, let me show you. I wanted to use this to make like a little charm. Here's a couple things that I made. I used some beads, and you could make like a little necklace or a bracelet if you used elastic. You know, that'd be a nice festive little thing, or kids could make. That would be fun. Or what I was thinking was a dangle for a little journal. This is a book that I made out of a Christmas card. So this is one that we did in Comfort and Joy, I think, or somewhere along the line. I used some packing paper, and I used the notebook die to cut all the pieces and everything. And I added this little piece, but I thought it would be fun to make a book and do some dangles on that. So I already poked my holes. I have everything all ready to go. This is a cute little book. So I'm just going to go in through the middle and hold that right there. Pull that. Come up here. Now this is for my loop. So I made one extra little hole here so that I can add my charm. You could use the drink stirrers. Well, that's true. Yeah, the straws, I don't know, they're kind of flimsy, but they probably could work. I have some. Yeah, I don't know. I just got on the knitting needle thing and they were nice and sturdy, you know. Okay, so here is our book, and I'm just tying that. Let's just do a double knot. All right, so some people like to do them and have them hang down. Actually, that might be nice with this little bead thing here that we have going on. I should have adjusted that because it's now, no, that looks okay. You know what I mean? You could tie one on so it hangs down here. Ooh, that's pretty color. But I think I want mine to go right in here in this little notch, so I'm going to trim that off. But these would be fun little notebooks to just tuck in a gift somewhere, you know, or make a pocket on here and put a little gift card in it for like Barnes & Noble where they have all the books and fun stuff. But let's see. Now, another thing that you could do is you could take some ribbon and string it on that. You know, that was a little tricky because this is a very thin ribbon, but to find a needle. The good thing is these are so thick that it's easy to thread anything through that. So that's kind of pretty. That would be a nice little necklace. So here, I mean, we could just use this one. It's kind of big, but you know. Oh, look at that. All right, let's do it. So I'm just gonna go around here. And I'm gonna let that dangle. Actually, let me see if I have another bead that I could put on there. I really need some like little, let me take this out. This seems abrupt. I'd like to cover that end. That would work. Those are some little kid beads that I found at Hobby Lobby. Guys, you are not going to believe this. Guess what's opening in my town? Hobby Lobby. It's an old, oh, I don't like the white there. Oh, here's a little green one. Let's do that instead. It's an old Kohl's that closed, and I was very excited. Debbie, who does Etsy with me, she called me. She had gotten a notice in the mail, and I was like, what? Could be dangerous. I actually thought about going to get a job there. I know, I love these. Hi, Christy. This is a waxed linen. It's pretty thick. You wouldn't have to use something this thick. You could use embroidery floss. Uh-oh. Come on. Yeah, that looks better. And maybe a little bell. Oh, no, let's see. I wish I'd put the bell down there. That looks out of place. Oh, well. Let me see if I can do this without having to thread it again. So, are you guys getting ready? Cleaning, decorating, baking. I'm in the mood to bake, which is not good because then I will be in the mood to eat. I'm going to leave that off. But you could add, you know, whatever you want on here. A bell would be cute because it would sound adorable. But I'm just going to tie this on. And I'm going to leave a little bit of string so it can move. Yeah. And that's it. I think these would be just so cute. I think I knotted it. I could knot it on the inside too. That might be more appropriate, but oh well. No, that's good. Yeah. Cute. I think I left too much, but well, you know what? I could add another, like one of these. I could add something like that on top there and hook that through. That will cover it up. Okay. Anyway, you guys get the idea here. So that is the paper beads. So this is just one way to use them. You know, how else would you guys do it? What would you use it for? Yeah, I think I would tie it inside. I think these are just so cute. That might be a little overkill there, but hey, Linda Frizzell. Hi, Cindy. Baking next weekend with your sister and granddaughter. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I got one of those cookie like magazines that come out every year, and my daughter, they usually do one of the recipes, and I'm headed up there. We're going to stay over at another daughter in Connecticut's house when we go to the shower. This is going to be nuts. It's 600 miles. And my daughter's a nurse, so she has a nurse party on Saturday for work. So we have to be back by then. It's going to be insane. Hey, it's Says. How are you? I think I said that right this time. Make earrings. That would be adorable. Yeah. I mean, just get two of the same, you know, cut two or even two different. Yeah, just a couple little beads. See, now that one looks thicker. But, you know, if you're doing a bracelet or something, if I was doing earrings, I would want them to be, you know, same size and stuff. But yes, that would be very cute. And you could do a bead at the bottom, you know, and loop it through the bottom so it stayed. Or you could do the head pin thing and put that at the bottom, come up, make your loop, and hook it through your fish eye or fishtail or whatever they call those things. These look so out of place, but these are the golden books. I like the weight of the paper, and it's a very matte finish, and I thought I kind of like the matte finish on these. So I did a couple of them. This was a 49 and Market paper. Whoa. That one was way too thick. That one stuck to another one, but you know, if you string them together, you're never going to notice. But it's like endless patterns. And then I'm sure you all have some beads that might work. The only thing is you need ones that are thick enough to go through with whatever string you're using or elastic. So guys, that is, you know, sorry. I tried to make it harder, but it's just easy to do. So I bet these don't take long to dry. Can't remember if we painted that one, or I think we did, and that feels dry. Wow, good. That one does too. Okay. Now these are the ones that we did. See, now that one, no, that one I did with the tacky glue, and that one needs redoing. Or letting it dry and maybe heating it up or something. That one's good. And that one's good. That feels really nice. That, I think, was the embossing powder one. So anyway, try them out and see what you think, all right? And if you you know, have any luck, put them in the fan club. All right. We all want to see. This, I think, would be cute. The other thing I was thinking, if you made a banner, you know, and you had like space in between, like a little spacer, like a mitten, and then, you know, something like that. That's nice. Oh, I have to show you something. Look at this. A little grater. Isn't it cute? She's going to make some coleslaw. Anyway, I do have such fun with that little hand. All right, guys. Well, I will not see you on Thursday unless there is a store in Maine called Marden's, which you never know. You go in and it's kind of iffy what you find, but I may, if I find a good one, I may do a live. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that could be a killer. Yeah, that one looks pretty. If I find a good one, I'm going to tell my sister she better scout one out for me because I only have a couple hours. Candy canes. Yes, that would be cute. You could make like a little candy cane out of it. If you put a, I bet a pipe cleaner would work. Oh, that would be very cool. That would hold these. Yeah. So you could use wire. It's endless, guys. Anyway, I will try and pop on if I find a good Marden's, all right? Or if there's something else interesting along the way. But I'm not going to have a formal live. I'm going to be at the shower. It starts at 4 o'clock. It's like, did they not hear what's going on in my life? How can they do this to me? Oh, good, Laura Lee. Good to see you. Yes, yes. Everybody put up a picture. And you, safe travels to you too, says she's going to Germany to see her daughter. Hope you don't mind if I say that. Yes, I hope everybody has a fun and crafty week. I watch, but like when I'm on the road, it's a little tricky and family all around. And that's how it was. I got a kind of a nasty note from Instagram. You haven't been posting lately. It's like, I have been having my life, you know, sorry, Instagram. So anyway, I try to catch up, but I'm behind in a lot of things, but now I'm home. So hopefully I will catch up. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, Chris and everybody. Yes, I bet you are excited. Okay. See you guys. Take it easy and have a great week. All right. Where is my thing to turn this off? It's hidden under piles of wrapping paper. All right. See you guys. Bye.